Hi, fellas. Welcome back to Random City Sports Ballers. Tonight's the night. It's my Winners League. I have told you how much I love these Winners Leagues and still haven't won one. And it's breaking my heart after all these years. You only get one shot at the Winners League each year, though. You can't buy your way in. You just have to win a championship, and then you get to be in next year's Winners League. You get to pick one. Choose the day you want. It falls under all of Yahoo's standard rules. So, it's challenging. I'm telling you, everybody who's been in a Winners League is a last year league champion. So they all know what they're doing. All right, let's see what this guy's got to say about pick number 5.
In a fantasy season like this one, where there's a compelling argument for any of like 4 or 5 guys as the number 2 overall pick, the 5th spot where you landed is just a great place to be. 4 other managers are going to basically make your choice for you from a group of equally great players, and then you get to pick ahead of all of them in the second round. That feels a little bit unfair, but hey, that's drafting for you. I absolutely love where you landed. This is a prime spot, generally a winning spot historically, but it feels really close to ideal this season. Another nice thing about these middle picks is that you are far less vulnerable to position runs. You can always ride a positional wave without getting shut out. When the quarterbacks begin to go, you're going to have a shot at the top tier. When the tight ends start flying, you should have any number of great Iowans to choose from. Picking at 5 means you can sit back, just let the values fall to you without reaching or veering away from any draft plan, whatever that might be. You're about to have about as stress-free an experience as one can possibly have in an online environment with a running clock. This is a great spot. No way you can screw it up.
Oh, there's a way I could screw it up. Just kidding. Well, I'm going to say this is my first time having a 5th pick this year. You saw last night was my second 8th pick. I hate 8. Oh, I do not like drafting from 8. I've had some 3s, and now I've got a 5. Oh, and I did have a 10 where I got Jahmyr Gibbs and Puka Nacua with those first and second round picks. And that was nice. But here we are. We got, a minute till draft. I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking here, fellas. Remember my previous draft, I took Justin Jefferson. Could have had Amon-Ra St. Brown. Well, this time, I'm going with Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm just saying, I like to mix it up with my teams. You know, the big keys to getting your draft right is making sure that you build a team where you don't have a weakness. You don't want, if you do have a weakness, you want it to be something where it's still better than someone else's, I'm just saying. If you're going to go wait till the end to get a tight end, you better be right about the tight end you're getting. If you get a tight end early, you still better be right about if you're using a 3rd round pick on a tight end, he better finish in the top 2 or 3 tight ends. So, what I'm talking about here is you're going to need to have good in-season management of your team, okay? You have to be strong with your in-season management to win a championship. There goes Christian McCaffrey first off the board. Didn't care about the calf injury. I understand. CeeDee Lamb, number 2, didn't care about the holdout. I understand. This should be Tyreek Hill. Could be Breece Hall. And there goes Tyreek Hill. If Breece Hall gets to me, that's a thought. I'm not taking Bijan Robinson, though. I'm sorry, guys. He's just... With Amon-Ra St. Brown, Justin Jefferson both sitting there, I can't justify it. Who you got, my friend? My Harley man. Oh, and you'll notice that I actually did get in earlier and changed my team name. I didn't forget about it this time, so we are Random City Sports Ballers again. This one is letter W because I really want this one to stand out. I want to win a Winners League so bad. I've never won one, and it just, I've been so close in the past. I've made the championship game. I make the playoffs regularly, but it's so hard to get a championship in fantasy football, isn't it? Yeah, okay. You used the whole minute for Brees Hall, and that means I get to take. I know there's folks going, oh no, but here he is. I'm on Ross St. Brown. Is a Random City Sports Baller. Yay! Oh, I love Detroit. If Jahmyr Gibbs gets back to me, you can bet I'm going to have a Detroit team, but he's not getting back to me. All right, so Robinson went with the 6th pick. Yeah, probably Chase, then, yeah, and then Jefferson, and then it just, you never know how the second round's going to go. I don't know how these people like to build their teams. You know, it's just, it is what it is in drafting. You don't know how it's going to, there goes Taylor. Still surprised I was able to get him in the second round yesterday. That was great. Second round with Jonathan Taylor. It's great. And there goes Jefferson with the 9th pick. And Garrett Wilson, the back-to-back pick for Axe. And A.J. Brown, back-to-back wide receivers. Happens a lot in that position. Jahmyr Gibbs with the number 12. Not worried about the injury. I get that. Oh, I've been texted. And Devin Achane went with the 13th pick. Remember yesterday? Holy crap, did I get him late yesterday in that 3rd round. That was crazy. That was great. Puka Nacua with the 14th pick. And who you taking? Because I got options here. I got lots of options. Yay! They gave me Derrick Henry. I'm a taking Derrick Henry, fellers. Heck yeah! That's great. Oh, forgive me. The text that I got is from, my daughter's fiance is interested in joining the United States Navy as an officer in the nuclear program, and he's sending me some information about a video he's watched on that. Because I don't think I've ever mentioned it. I used to be a reactor operator and instructor at the Idaho National Engineering Laboratory for the Navy. I was teaching nuclear physics and electrical engineering back in the 90s, and he has been interested in following a lot of that same route. He wants to be an instructor with the Navy's nuclear program, and I've been helping him find resources and information on the program, because, you know, I want him to not just get info from me, but get it from independent sources. So I'm sitting here reading, and he's watched a video, and he's loving the program. So hopefully he continues down that path. All right, spent the full minute to take Marvin Harrison Jr. There goes Kyron Williams. Let me guess. I don't know who the GOAT's going to take. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to guess. Isaiah Pacheco, that's fine. Who am I going to take with my next one back around? I guess it depends on what gets to me. Can't be too excited or upset by anything. Yeah. We'll just wait and see what comes. Playing it by ear yet again. Got a good receiver, good running back to start. There goes Etienne. Jalen Hurts is the first quarterback off the board. Mike Evans. Mike Evans. Man, that guy just every year. Just every single year. But for Derrick Henry, that's my 3rd time having Derrick Henry now. And I got him in my winners league. There goes Devonta Adams. And Drake London. So let's take a look here, fellas. Olave is an option. I don't hate Olave. Ayuk. I wonder what's going to go down with Ayuk in this potential trade. The Steelers are very interested. We know this, but we'll see if they get there. Debo, Nico, Laporta, Allen, Moore, Pittman. And there's Jacobs. You know what? Let's see. Kelsey, no. I'll probably regret that, but You know what I'm going to do? I've got a strong start. Let's strengthen it even further with a Josh Allen pick. So there, now we've got Allen, St. Brown, and Derrick Henry. And then we've got a while for my pick. I got 10 more until it gets back to me. And like I said before, we'll wait and see. But I'm willing to wager that I could get a Pittman right here. Maybe a DJ Moore. You see how my second wide receiver is now hurting because I took Josh Allen. But I'm taking what I consider the strongest quarterback on the market. Last year, he had so many points more than everyone. Look, he was a 410 points. That's just silly. Just silly. You know, total of 44 touchdowns, 15 of them rushing touchdowns. Okay, so there goes Deebo Samuel and Chris Olave. I just don't think any pick I could have made could get me the kind of points that Josh Allen can get me. Richardson with 28. I don't know if I'm in love with that Richardson pick, but hey, build the team you want. Get your fellas. Brandon Ayuk with 29. If he goes to Pittsburgh, that really changes his fortunes, doesn't it? Travis Kelce. I mean, that really changes things up. What if I end up with Cup? Oh, no, we got 2 auto drafts between now and me. Why would you join your Winners League and then forget about the draft? Sure, it's 11 o'clock Eastern time right now, so it is late. I chose late because that way nothing would be getting in my way. There's nothing that could stop me from drafting. All right, so it's Kelce, then Jacobs. Because I have had times where I pick an early draft and suddenly, but, you know, there's 3 folks who forgot that they had a draft or went to bed, whatever. There goes Cooper Kupp. Means Nico Collins will be going too. Or if this guy takes Nico Collins, then Sam Laporta will go next. I mean, they've got this thing. It's just auto pick sucks. Don't let yourself get stuck with auto pick. I mean, your team's not going to end up great. It's not going to end up too terrible, but it's not going to be what you want. I don't know how you would pronounce. I know it's Oleander, but Severus. Rashad White. Okay, cool. This should be Nico. It was not Nico, it was Sam Laporta. Huh. So I could have another Nico. That would make my 3rd Nico. Patrick Mahomes. We're taking Nico, fellas. An injury, it's only 3. I don't have them everywhere. This James Cook went after that. And we've got more options coming up. Going to be looking. Not sure what I'm looking at yet. Like I said, we're going to let this one come to me. There goes DJ Moore and Devonta Smith. There's 1 auto draft on this side. So there's 3 auto drafts, fellas. It's a Winners League. I know it's not for any money, but come on, you have to say you took the Winners League. That's a big deal to me. All right, what you got? Come on. You get back to back. Use your time wisely. Use that whole first minute thinking about your second pick, too. Never take your first pick quick unless you know your second one. There goes Joe Mixon. Fine pick. He'll take a receiver now. And he took Stephon Diggs. All right, the GOAT. But are you? Are you the GOAT? Are you, though? Took Mark Andrews. Man, I feel horrible for Andrews. Always injured, that guy. Great ball player. Wonderful tight end. Could be a Hall of Famer if he could keep himself on the field. There goes Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara. All right, so... well... Got Waddle as a potential take. Pittman. Amari Cooper's not a bad idea. I don't think I'm going to take Metcalf. Amari Cooper, Tank Dell. No thanks. I did that last night with Tank Dell and Nico. I'm not doing that again. So let's go ahead and take Pittman, shore up that third receiver. Booyah. And now I can play it as if I've been doing a zero running back strategy, except I have Derrick Henry. That's cool. But yeah, I get to play these later running backs. I'm going to have to play them smart. But I think my next pick will be a running back, as a matter of fact. Seeing what happens. So Metcalf, Stroud, and Waddle. Waddle is a Trey McBride. See, that's why I was glad to get him with that later pick yesterday. Doesn't just last forever like that all the time. When you let the draft come to you, surprising things can happen, fellas. Aaron Jones with the number 50. Aaron Jones, Minnesota. Never thought I'd see him leave. Well, I didn't think I'd ever see Dalvin Cook leave Minnesota. Never thought I'd see Aaron Jones go to Minnesota. And boy, Dalvin Cook, yuck. All right, so Joe Burrow went 51st. And then Kyler Murray. You know, I don't have any Kenneth Walker yet. If he gets back to me, he's going to be my second running back. Not exactly a guy who's going to light it up every week, you know? I mean, seriously. But I have a couple of David Montgomerys already. I have some Ramondre Stevenson. I don't have any Zamir Whites. But that's just the way the draft has gone for me. And one thing that has got to be looked at based on what's happened so far is tight end. Okay, I've got Ingram, I've got Ferguson, I got Njoku that I can get all in later picks. So we are going to hang off on the tight end for now. And there went Walker. So it was Tank Dell and then Kenneth Walker. So then what? Well, Montgomery was a touchdown machine last year, right? 13 of them. Now, when Gibbs came back from his injury in the second half, Montgomery's numbers did go down. There's Connor and his... There's Mostert. Excuse me, fellas. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Montgomery with this one. Excuse me. Oh, my. Late at night, but the allergies still get to you in the evening. Okay, so yesterday I wanted Mostert because I had Achane. Would I want him still? That's a tough call. I mean, what's Zamir White going to be all about? I have no Zamir White so far this year. None. Do I need to take... I don't want to take a bench player yet. But, you know, whatever I take that's not a tight end is going to be a bench player. So what I want to do is create a strong bench, because I can wait till next turn to take a tight end. See that? Look, Dak Prescott going right here in the 6th round. And that's about where I got him yesterday too, right? Somewhere in there. These drafts are never identical. Okay, so there went Ramondre Stevenson and James Conner. I wasn't looking at either one of them to help put together this team. I don't want George Kittle, as good as he is. I have a hard time trusting George Kittle. All right, well, we'll see what comes to us. This guy's got back-to-back picks, and he's using his time wisely. When you've got those back-to-back at the end, always use that whole first minute to make sure you've got both of your picks picked. Because if you pick right away with your first pick, then you've only got a minute for your second pick, so you've wasted a lot of time. Use your whole minute and then use your whole second minute. All right, he took Kittle, and this one should be chosen fairly quickly. Kittle. Okay. Zamir White. Okay. Well, I'm not getting Zamir White then. Jordan Love went in the second pick of the 7th round. Yeah, people are getting wise to Jordan Love. Dalton Kincaid. And here goes auto pick. You going to take Malik Neighbors? Wait, what's going on with Neighbors? Ankle. Okay, ankle. Well, whatever. They say it's minor, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. But I'm still not taking Malik Neighbors that early. I will make an effort, that round 10, I will make an effort to have Xavier Worthy. I will make that effort. I do want to try him as many times as possible. This will be my 3rd time if I get him. Oh, wait, this might be my 2nd. Should be my 3rd. Is it my 2nd? Either way, I'd like to have him again. And how about that one play from Dontavian Wicks this weekend? Just saying it again, man. Showed a lot of promise just with one play. But how much is he going to get? Okay, there went Chris Godwin, so let's go ahead and Raheem Mostert that. And for my next pick, I don't like Kyle Pitts there. I like Calvin Ridley. I like Najee Harris. No Neighbors, no Pickens, no Flowers. Probably not Higgins. Najee's not a bad idea. Rashee Rice. Definitely not Kyle Pitts. Hollywood Brown is now going to be out for a little while with that. What would you call that? Is that a shoulder injury that they talk about there? I mean, whatever they said, I mean, you need a degree in medical sciences to be able to understand what that injury is. I guess it normally happens in a car accident from a seatbelt jerking against your shoulder. And there goes Najee Harris and Malik Neighbors. But yeah, so if you can visualize what happens in a car accident when that seatbelt gets your shoulder, that's how injured Hollywood Brown is. I don't know what that means. I need a Stephania Bell in my life so that she can sit there and tell me, yeah, tell me the time frame on how long it takes to fully recover. If there's scar tissue that's going to affect anything. She is brilliant. I love Stephania Bell. Oh. My dogs have found a piece of cardboard to chew up. Zay Flowers with the 68th pick. DeAndre Swift. George Pickens. Yeah, but my dogs have found a piece of cardboard that they're chewing up. It's an old box, so I'm not real worried about it, but shoo, it's going to be a heck of a mess when they get done. George Pickens. What happens to him if Ayuk actually gets traded to Pittsburgh? Have we thought about that? I mean, I try to think about these things. Ayuk goes to Pittsburgh. What happens to Ayuk? What happens to his numbers? Who's even the quarterback in Pittsburgh? Do we know? Are we talking Justin Fields? Are we talking Russell Wilson? Who's the quarterback? There's too much uncertainty with the wide receivers. Kyle Pitts, number 71. San Francisco, all right, they're already into defenses in round 8. It's not unusual, especially for auto picks. Jake Ferguson. Yeah, maybe I should if I really want. But who am I taking at tight end? Do I want Njoku or Ingram? Njoku, Ingram. I don't know. I don't want to go any deeper than that. Huh. All right, let's go back to all players. Baltimore. 2 defenses off the board. Look at all those quarterbacks there. I mean, I feel like I clicked on quarterback because they're all right here. What's going? Oh, I must have done it by fantasy points. Let's get back to. There we go. Okay. Deontay, Rashee Rice, Keenan Allen, Calvin Ridley, Jaden Reed, Hollywood Brown, Tony Pollard. All right, here's what we're going to do, fellas. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to... We're gonna Calvin Ridley, because I honestly, I'm not sure how he's gonna go, but you know, I know he's amazing. So we're gonna go Calvin Ridley, and then we're gonna probably go Tony Pollard. And if I get Pollard, you can bet I'll have Spears as well. So let's see how you get back to me. Okay, so it was Higgins. I took Ridley, and then went Singletary, and then the Jets defense. Another defense. Christian Kirk, number 79. Here comes your back-to-backs, fellas. You know, I could look. The GOAT. Took a tight end. Took a tight end. Harley Mann still needs a tight end. Cassidy's Fabulous Team has a tight end. So, there's only one guy left in front of me who's looking at a tight end, so... I don't know, man. I think most of the tight ends are really gone. I can wait on Njoku. So I'm happy about the idea of Pollard right here. Bring him back to me, fellas. Give me some Tony Pollard. And that, ladies and gentlemen, Brock Purdy going with the 80th pick. I'll have Mostert, Ridley, Pollard on my bench. Sweet. But yeah, Purdy at the end of round 8. So Jordan Love, Brock Purdy. 2 guys that early in drafts, you could get them in round 10 through 14 sometimes with Purdy. Rashee Rice went number 81. So if you were doing your drafting a few weeks ago, shucky darns, there went Pollard. Okay, so who do we have here that has Chase Brown has a chance, but I can wait. Austin Eckler, Njoku, Who's a must-have? There went Justin Tucker, and then Keenan Allen. Okay, so who can I absolutely not wait on? The fact that I want Njoku, and he is likely the next tight end off the board, unless Ingram goes first. And I'm going to put my faith into Njoku again this year. See, I think this is my 3rd Njoku, and it might be my 2nd one. But we'll go ahead and take him, make sure that I've got that position. There, my starting lineup is finished, and now it makes sense to finish up some more of this bench. All right, off to all players. We're done looking at these tight ends, and now I can really start to play with this finishing touches on the bench. Because, you know, you can have the strongest bench in the world, but if you don't need to put them in your starting lineup, you could be wasting some of your space there. Jaylen Warren, number 86. I wonder. Jaylen Warren, did you also get... Nope, he did not get Najee Harris. Huh. See, I feel like my team is stronger than this one. He's got great running backs. Look, Robinson and Barkley. But I feel like my team is stronger. But, you know, I mean, we'll see the season play out. There went another kicker, Aubrey from Dallas. Oh, Hollywood Brown is going to just keep falling. He really, man, I wish I knew what it takes to recover from that injury. I wonder what it says here about time frame. Does it say anything? Four to 6 weeks. Sternoclavicular injury. Okay. So, is that up near the top of the sternum where the clavicle comes in? I mean, I don't know. 4 to 6 weeks. Hill missed a similar time in 2019. But, just saying. Okay, so we had Warren, Aubrey, Daniels, Butker, Javonte Williams, Nick Chubb, Terry McLaurin. Yeah, Xavier Worthy in the frickin' 9th. Dang it all. No, wait. Is this the 10th? Yep, it's the 10th. I couldn't get there, guys. I just couldn't get there. So, let's take a look here. I've got 1 bench receiver, and I've got 3 starting receivers. I've got 3 running backs. I'm going to take another instance of Jayden Reed. Sorry, fellas. I love Jayden Reed this year. I just do. He was great last year. You know, with his only 64 catches, came up with 793 yards and 8 touchdowns on those catches. And 119 rushing yards. A couple touchdowns there, too. I mean, I like the guy. All right, so then went Dalton Schultz, Hollywood Brown. But then, you know, I mean, I don't hate the idea of Eckler. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How good is Eckler going to be? I don't know. Christian Watson, Zach Moss went after Hollywood Brown. I just don't know, fellas. I just don't know. Brian Robinson is a good player. What did he do last year with 180 points on 733 rushing yards? He caught plenty of balls for 368, had 4 receiving touchdowns, 5 rushing touchdowns. And there went Chase Brown. It's not a bad pick. I actually probably would have been eyeballing him right there. There's a Dunze and TJ, and there went Dallas. Wow, what defenses are left? Cleveland, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Miami, Buffalo. There's some good defenses left. All right, so at wide receiver, a lot of big old no thank yous. Although, you know, I mean, there's still some good. Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman out in Buffalo. Let's see. Is it Galliant? No. No. I'm not seeing anything exciting at running back. Don't want to take a tight end. Where's the quarterback? Maybe I take my backup quarterback now. I could go ahead and take a Jared Goff as a backup quarterback right now. I think I'll do that. Upset some folks who thought they could wait on quarterback a little longer. And then I still have 2 bench positions left. All right, so let's get back to looking at running backs. Tick, 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 tick. I don't know, guys. We've talked about this so many times. Who do you take a chance on to step into a position that's going to just, out of nowhere, here's this guy? Is it Vidal in Los Angeles? I just don't know. Is it Donta Foreman in Cleveland? I think Jerome Ford will take most of that. So, and at wide receiver, there's still some options here. Cortland Sutton could have a positive regression, I guess they like to call it. Rashid Shaheed, Curtis Samuel. Actually, take a risk on any of the Buffalo wide receivers is not a bad idea. And Curtis Samuel, Keon Coleman, and Khalil Shakir. If you take a chance on some of that, you're gonna. Well, you might have to take them all to be right. But you know what? You got a better chance of being right than if you go out here taking Josh Palmer. I don't know what Palmer's going to do with the Chargers. I have no idea. They're fully rebuilding. Okay, so we had Rodgers, Robinson, Eckler. Dontavian Wicks did have that one big play. What does that translate to for the season? I don't know. Jackson Smith and Jigba. Robinson, then Eckler. Cool. So I don't have to think about them. That's a relief. Brooks, though, he just got injured, right? Then went Trey Benson and Bowers, Las Vegas rookie tight end. Someone took Brooks. Must have been an auto draft. Two more bench positions. I haven't had any Blake Corum yet. I haven't had any yet. I'd like to try him. And who could be an emerging wide receiver? Rashid Shaheed, Jordan Addison, J.J. McCarthy. Didn't he just get hurt? Isn't he got a meniscus thing they're doing surgery on? I think that's right. Jameson Williams, Curtis Samuel, again, I'm telling you. Keon Coleman, again, I'm saying it. You can take a chance on one of these Buffalo guys, and that might be where your money shot is, because someone's getting that ball up there. He's not just going to keep throwing to James Cook and Dalton Kincaid. He's going to throw to some wide receivers. Which one will it be? Curtis Samuel is excellent. Keon Coleman, rookie, could show potential. Shakir, he's been on the team. He knows the offense. So who do you take? Who do you take? All right, for me, though, I think this next one's going to be Corum. Pretty sure that's what I want to do. I have no Corum yet, and the thing about it is, if you're taking Corum, you're saying, okay, he's going to be in case there's an injury to oh God, Kyron Williams, yes. Tyler Bass, good on you. And I should be able to turn this one into a defense. I don't hate the idea of Cleveland. I definitely don't hate the idea of Pittsburgh. I don't hate the idea of Kansas City, but I don't like them as much. I don't hate Miami. I don't hate Buffalo. There's good defenses that can be waited on. So do I need to go ahead and take one of these receivers now? Let's take a look at these teams. Let's see. Rodgers' red team has a defense. No, they don't. Okay. Stud Muffins has a defense. No defense for them. Smug defense. And Axe, no defense. Maybe I should take a defense because these guys all have defenses. Need defenses. 3 out of 5 people going after me need defenses. So I think maybe I should take a defense here. All right. So anyways, there went Jordan Addison, Zeke Elliott. We talked about Bass and Rashid Shaheed. Who's the better of these defenses? There's a lot of similarities between them. Whole lot of similarities. Pittsburgh is always a solid defense, but their consistency tends to be off. Miami was a good, pretty good investment last year. Buffalo, Cleveland, any one of these is a decent choice. So we'll see what gets back to me. We'll be taking the defense with this pick because these other guys all want a defense. Javonte Williams going right there. Trevor Lawrence. Fact is, though, fellas, there goes Tua, and there goes Brandon Cooks. Fact is, fellas, because I do like a lot of those guys, I could just go ahead and take Samuel or Coleman or Shakir. Which one of them do I like more? Now, I got to take the defense. I got to make sure I get the defense I want. And for the sake of, myself and my sanity, I'm just going to take Cleveland because I like them. They did great last year. I was happy with them last year. We know that they're going to put up, and there goes some more defenses. Kansas City. All right, so we're looking at a final wide receiver, and we still need a kicker that I might not take a kicker. We'll see. Caleb Williams went after Kansas City. Luke Musgrave, another tight end off the board. Deep in tight ends when you get to Musgrave. Goddard. Dallas Goedert, Philadelphia tight end. Boy, that fella's getting old. McConkey, taking a chance. Someone's got to catch the ball there. Coleman from Buffalo. I like that pick. Yeah, I like that pick. Kirk Cousins. And... What kickers are left? Oh, look, they're all the same guy. Kickers are kickers. They do kicker things. In fact, it's hard to get a bad kicker nowadays. There goes Lockett. It's always a surprise to see Lockett going this late with the career he has had. Farmuth. And there goes Evan McPherson. So I'm going to take Curtis Samuel here. And I think I might skip taking a kicker this time and just pick that up later on. I mean, it's going to... Oh, gosh, fellas. Remember the standings? Don't ignore this. I don't care. I took 2 quarterbacks, so this is rigged. This is all a lie. None of this matters. But I'm going to have a 0 on kicker points. Pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go take a chance on somebody. And I think it's going to be Shakir, because that way I've got 2 of the Buffalo receivers to figure out which one is going to actually be a starter. At this point, we don't know. There's no way of knowing which one of these guys is going to be the standout starter for Buffalo. It could be Keon Coleman. I mean, that kid is good. There goes Matt Stafford, Cole Kmet, TJ Hawkinson. Forgive me. Went over to grab a cold one. Heck yeah. Stafford. Who went before Stafford? I guess that was me. All right, so there went Moody and Las Vegas defense. Pittsburgh defense. Miami defense. Who you taking, Harley Man? Oh, he left. That's weird. Must have logged out. Actually, when you're doing it on your phone, if you switch to something else, like a text message comes in and you look at it, it says you left, and then as soon as you open an app back up, it says you joined. So. And he took Buffalo's defense. So that gives us Khalil Shakir. There. We've got two guys at the end here, Samuel and Shakir. We don't know what's happening in Buffalo with the wide receivers yet. We know Shakir has been there, knows the offense. We know Samuel, historically a pretty good receiver if he can stay on the field and has a good quarterback. The rest of the team looks pretty good. Feeling really good about it. So let's take a look at it and sum it up. My Winners League team. We have Josh Allen at quarterback. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Nico Collins are my two top wide receivers. Derrick Henry, David Montgomery. Not in love with the David Montgomery for my RB2. But Derrick Henry, amazing. Njoku. Then we have Pittman. Then we have Mostert. And Mostert is the reason why I feel better about Montgomery. Okay. Calvin Ridley, Jaden Reed as backup wide receivers. Backup quarterback and Jared Goff, Blake Corum, then Curtis Samuel and Khalil Shakir. Didn't draft a kicker, got Cleveland's defense. I'll pick up a kicker before the start of the season. Don't worry about that. There's plenty of time before the start of the season. All right, so there went Mike Williams and Minnesota's defense. Yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. I am pretty happy about this. So hopefully you guys are using these drafts that I'm doing to help you get ready for your own draft, have an idea of the team you're trying to put together, know what players you're after. It went Minnesota's defense and then Wright, Miami running back. I don't know how he's ever getting on the field, but we'll see. Philadelphia's defense went 149. And for Axe's astounding team, the final Mr. Irrelevant pick will be... Bro, it's the final pick. And it's Thomas. All right. Yeah, sure. What do we think he's going to do this year? I mean, I don't know. We'll see, though. These young fellas, you never know. All right, fellas. Thank you for tuning in. Look forward to you having your own drafts soon. Let me know how yours are going. If you're putting together something great, just post it in the comments. I mean, I'd love to see one of these great teams. I personally think this is a pretty darn good team. I mean, look at that. I'm feeling great about these starters. So, it's another playoff team. All right, thanks for tuning in, fellas.